Hey guys, welcome back to another podcast. So today we've got 6 people, so we're upping the numbers. So we've got Custom Bromstar.
Hey everybody, how are you?
MAWWW1.
Hello everybody in YouTube land.
Howler Mouse.
Welcome to the Gong Show.
Captain Cummins.
Jupe.
And our new guest, Mega Apocalypto.
So what's up, guys?
And of course, our esteemed host is, of course, Jay.
Hi.
The man with the voice of silk. So.
I thought it was Velvet last week, wasn't it? Was it Velvet or no Silk? Yeah, sorry.
We'll go. Okay, the man with the voice of velvet. We'll go with that this week. So.
The Velvety Silk. Yeah.
Yes. Crushed even.
Crushed. Black crushed velvet.
Oh, if it was crushed, it'd be more like, "Hi, everybody." What the hell was that?
You just broke Skype.
All right.
Oh, what's going on?
Somebody's watching dirty movies.
Oh, did you guys see that picture I sent on the Skype thing?
Yes.
The rubbers.
Yeah. Superman,
No.
don't forget your rubbers.
I don't want you to catch a cold.
Stay out of the sun.
Right, I've got a question for you guys. Who would make the worst comic book if they were teamed up? Which would just, like, hit the fan? So,
Anybody that works with Rob Liefeld. Michael Straczynski and Rob Liefeld.
I got it. Matt Fraction and Rob Liefeld.
Can I say Scott Liddell and Rob Liefeld?
Alan Moore, and Rob Liefeld.
Oh, I got it. Alan Moore
my
and Frank
characters.
Miller. It would be delayed so long because they would get in fistfights with each other.
I was going to say Kevin Smith and Rob Liefeld, but we'd never see the comic.
We did.
Well-
Nobody would have anyway.
It's because Kevin Smith would get hungry and eat the pages.
Feed me.
Yeah, and then he Twitter and be like, "I'm fat." No, so, in case anybody didn't know, if you didn't know, I'm fat. No,
He seriously got really fat all of a sudden.
Oh, he's been fat for a long time, man. But he's like really packed on pounds. All he does is sit around on podcasts, smoke dope, and eat. Like that's not good for you, man.
That's a dangerous combination.
But his podcast can be pretty good, so I don't know.
I like the show, The Comic Book Man, on AMC.
Yeah, you know
yeah.
what? For a contrived show, that's pretty good. I mean, the whole thing is scripted. It's obvious, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
when they don't splice in the parts where they're sitting around on the podcast, it's pretty entertaining. I like watching them. I like that little Asian guy. What's his name? Chin or Yen or
Ming.
Ming? Yeah,
Ming the Merciless.
yeah. I like him. He's funny.
I think Walt Flanagan is the man. I mean, Walt Flanagan's been
I
mentioned
hate
for
him.
like.
I hate him.
Have they showed his dog yet? They always talk about Walt Flanagan's dog. You know.
No, I don't
right now. I'll find out for you.
And
crap.
he's quite the artist, man. Like, have you guys seen his actual comic book art stuff that he's done? Like, he's done quite a bunch of serious books.
Yeah, he goes by Walter Flanagan when he does his work. But he drew a picture of the Joker with a beard, and it was disturbing because it was like that '70s Afro beard that you see like Rob Zombie wearing. So,
Oh, really? I haven't seen that. I'd like to see that.
yeah, it's one of the Kevin Smith miniseries that came out in the last 2 years or something. I don't know. There was 2 of them, and he did one of them. I'm pretty sure. So
Really?
yeah.
I like Kevin Smith's run on Green Arrow. That was cool.
Every time I get ready to do a video on that, somebody buys it. There's like Kevin Smith's Green Arrow stuff really surprised me, man. You're absolutely right. It was fantastic. Yeah.
I really enjoyed the Cacophony Batman. That was good.
That might have been it. There's the Widening Gyre or something in the Cacophony. So yeah,
I got both of those, but I don't remember him with a beard.
He's in. The way I remember it, he's in a hospital bed and he's talking some smack to Batman, and Joker hasn't, shaved in a while. I hope I'm remembering it right. I might have dreamed it. I don't know.
Hey, that was so funny.
But it's a disturbing book that I think it's Cacophony's the one with the Joker gets busted out of jail by the new villain, right? And
Onomatopoeia.
The what?
Was it Onomatopoeia, the character?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
And he gets busted out, and they're out in the woods there, and friggin' Joker drops his pants, and he goes, "Okay, well, I know what you want," kind of thing. And I'm like, "What the hell?" Like he's hanging onto the tree, waiting for this guy to, have some relations with him. And I'm like, you can't put that in a Batman book. Like, I couldn't believe that was in there, but it got passed, so it was amazing. It was just like, wow. But that's Kevin Smith for you,
Yeah. The guy gets credit because Mallrats has so many comic book references and Stan Lee in it and stuff like that. I mean, the guy really loves comics. I mean, you just figure if he loves them so much, he'd get his workout on time. I mean, he brought a lot of people to comics in the '90s and stuff. So
yeah. Well, Mark and I were talking last week about how we just wish that he would just finish that Daredevil Bullseye book, because that first issue was brilliant. It was really good.
Absolutely fantastic. And
yeah. So, anyways, Kevin, if you're listening, you fat bugger, just finish it.
Yeah, you fat stoner. He won't mind us calling him that. He'll love it.
No, he calls himself worse. So.
Yeah.
I think he'd jump on here. He would. He would jump on here if he heard us talking right now. He'd be like, "Yeah, I fucked up. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
What's everybody's address so I can sue you later?
There's always one part in his movie where, his movies are all watchable to me and they're funny. Then there's that one part that's like, man, why'd I watch this?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, I've got his movies, the Jay and Silent Bob stuff. I've got his Ono Press books where he wrote stories that fit in with the movie. You meet Walt Flanagan's dog, and you see what happened at the, you get scenes and stuff. And I had an English teacher back like in 2000, and I told her about Kevin Smith, and she kept going, "That name's familiar." Turns out she's got a friend that dated his brother. She brought pictures of Kevin, his brother, and her friend, all just sitting there smiling in a picture. His brother's gay, in case, you haven't heard. So I could not believe that, man. She was like...
Nice.
I have a question for everyone.
Go for it.
Okay, so I bought a Spider-Man comic on eBay, and I opened it up, and 2 panels were missing. So I was like, oh, maybe I missed something in the description. So I read the description over, and it says complete. When you hear complete, it means everything's supposed to be intact, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know what to do right now. I'm like so mad.
Open
Email
it.
him back. Email him back.
Yeah, definitely.
Go ahead.
Well, actually, Howler Mouse, this is partly your fault, actually. Tim, after seeing one of your videos, I went for the Baron Werewolf, number 21, whatever number it was. Yeah, and I got off. Yeah, really nice cover, absolutely fantastic cover. I got off a guy off of eBay for 99p, and he said, the cover's a little bit beat up, but it's all intact. All the pages, interior and pages are intact. Thought no problem. Got it a couple of days ago. And I was flicking through it, looking through the pages. Now they're a little bit yellow and that, and a little bit brittle, but nothing too bad. Got to about the sixth or eighth page in, and somebody had actually cut out one of the pictures in in the story, and I was like, no. And then I went on a bit further. And they'd done exactly the same thing. About the next like 6 pages.
Jeez.
That's horrible, man. The only way that should even ever happen is if, somebody had never looked through the book. But I mean,
that's what happened, probably.
You should never, ever sell anything unless you've been through that book and know exactly from cover to cover, like what is wrong with that book, if anything. Because as collectors, you all know there's nothing worse ever in collecting as getting your book home, opening it up, and something is missing out of the book. That is the worst.
Yeah. And Matt, as I sell on eBay, and I actually had a problem where I sold first appearance of Apocalypse to somebody, and I said it was in very good condition, like in comic book terms, very good, very fine. Yeah. The lady didn't understand that. I just told her to keep the book and refunded her money. There should be no problem with this guy giving your money back and letting you keep the book. Just let him know what happened, and if that doesn't happen, you can report him, and PayPal will start holding his money 21 days before he can touch it, so they can do refunds themselves if they start getting complaints on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So did you say, Matt, that there was like something cut out, or there was 2 pages gone? What'd you say?
Like there's 2 panels cut out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, you know what? That's not complete in eBay. That's a binding contract,
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sorry, Matt.
It's still a good book. Like, it's also it's Spider-Man 47, so it's like the first Mary Jane date with Peter Parker. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's still pretty nice.
That's a pretty old book. I mean, it's not like it's
like
Spider-Man 387 or
Oh yeah.
Well, when you buy, sorry, man, go ahead.
No, you go right ahead. Go right ahead, man.
I was just gonna say, when you're buying something, you're expecting to get what you paid for. So, like there should be, like Tim said, there should be absolutely no problem with you keeping that book and getting your money back, or at the very least getting your money back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I mean, buying stuff like that, I have never bought anything like at a secondhand store, flea market, whatever. The Golden Age, Silver Age, Gold Age books that I found. Wait a minute, Bronze Age, Silver Age books I found. I've never had a problem, but I go to a comic book store, and this guy has a store. If you have a store, you should know what you have, and that's when I find these books where they've cut out the collectible stamp, or they've somebody's went in and wrote in on the ads because they were going to order, Grit magazine or something. And you take it back to the comic book shop, man. And I've never gotten my money back or anything. They'll tell me to get another book or something, I guess. But it just amazes me. I can get better. I can trust a flea market with a guy who just bought this stuff in an estate sale, doesn't know what he has, than a comic book shop.
Yeah.
That's the worst, because it should be the other way around. Like, a comic book store should never sell something like that.
Right. I hate getting booked. Yeah, I got a Batman Family that broke my heart because I've been looking for it. I bought it because it had like 4 or 5 pages where it's nothing but all the Batmobiles. And I get home and I'm all excited, and somebody ripped it out. They didn't cut it out; they ripped it out.
Wow.
And it's funny because I have those 2 pages up on my wall, so I probably did that.
You have my address. No.
I mean, that'd be like getting Incredible Hulk 181 without the stamp in it.
Oh,
I would still get it. I mean, like, it's still a first appearance.
I mean, I can't do it. I cannot physically buy a book that has something cut out. I don't care if it was friggin' that. I can't do it. I have a problem with that. I know people that can buy stuff, like, oh yeah, it's got a hunk cut out of it, but it's, it's still, I still can read the story and stuff, and I'm like, I can't do it. I tried, but I can't.
I mean, if it was for the right price. Oh, sorry, you were going. Were you talking?
Oh, wait.
Okay. So I mean, like, if it was for the right price, like what, $50 for Hulk 181 with a stamp missing, I would still buy it. Like,
I think that's a good price for that too.
Yeah, it's on. I think it's on My Comic Shop, like auction right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I buy Silver Age issues all the time that, like, if the cover's missing or whatnot, you know, for like $1, just because it has a story or whatever, and I can, you know, give them away or whatnot.
Yeah, on eBay, I undergrade stuff. You know, I make it sound a little bit worse than what it is, and I put in there, you know, I'm not an expert. But just for the hell of it, about a year and a half ago, I put up a coverless copy of Daredevil #2 with half the splash page ripped off and a few pages not even connected to the staples, just to see what would happen. That damn thing went for $18, and 10 people were fighting over it.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. I wouldn't buy that.
Oh, it had Electro in it, and the Fantastic Four were showing up to meet with Matt Murdock, their lawyer, and I'm sitting here going, okay, all right, you know. So, you know, that's cool. You know, hey, one lawyer in New York, and it's Matt Murdock.
Speaking of Electro, is it me, or is that character like one of the most underrated villains in the Marvel Universe?
Yes, underrated.
He is such a great villain. Do you guys remember the very first couple of issues of the first volume of New Avengers? And he ended up being, you know, one of the guys that was breaking people out of the raft and stuff. Those were great issues, and it showed like how, you know, how kind of, you know, powerful he was. I guess I love that character.
I think a lot of the. Sorry.
Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think a lot of the old Spider-Man villains and that are really underrated.
Electro's designed by Steve Ditko. It's 30 years ahead of its time. It's sleek, green, and yellow. He's got that freaking mask. I mean, it's just, I don't see how he didn't, you know, I mean, he was nothing like any of the villains that were around back then, you know. I don't know. His design all himself, he stood out. He popped on that book, you know.
Well, have you seen his Ultimate Self?
Yeah.
He's even pretty badass on that series also.
And he always came off to me like, even if he didn't have those electric powers, to me he just came off like some tough guy out of the Bronx. You know, to me, I think, you know, I can see this guy being in a bar and, like, you know, beating down a few people, finishing his beer, and taking the guy's girlfriend, you know.
Did you guys, did any of you guys read, what was it called? It was called Identity Disc. And it had a bunch of the old villains like, you know, the Vulture, Sabretooth was in it, and a bunch of the old guys, and they're just kind of plotting together to do something. But there's this like wicked double cross near the end of the series. And it was like one of the classic villains who did it. But like, if you guys get a chance to check that out, it is amazing.
I heard it was wrote like the Usual Suspects movie, is what I heard.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
You know what villain I really don't like, though? You just mentioned him, was the Vulture.
Oh, I like him.
Oh, I hate him.
Yeah? What don't you like about it?
Everything. Robot wings.
He'll be in the next Spider-Man movie, I bet. I guarantee it.
And he'll look awesome. Instead of looking like the Vulture, he'll look like anything else.
Patrick Stewart. But anyway.
Patrick Stewart.
But anyway, there was two Vultures, man. Vulture actually went after a guy, like, I don't know, it was around the fifth Spider-Man in the, I don't know, issue 50s, around somewhere in there. There was some dude, you know, stole his Vulture costume, and there was two Vultures running around, and the old man was trying to run around getting a hold of that guy, and Spider-Man ended up right in the middle of it. I was like, well, that's a cool story. You stole my wings, you know. I mean, how many costumes do you have sitting around, you know?
Yeah, that was a good one.
And I love that the you know, the Tinkerer is like the main guy who makes a lot of the weapons and costumes for these guys. I love that whole concept that there was a, you know, this mastermind underground, you know, schlub who was making all these gadgets for these people.
Oh my God, the Tinkerer, he's got a whole secret history. They had to retcon him 3 or 4 times. They first said he was an alien, and they spent like 20 years going back and forth that he wasn't really an alien. That was Mysterio doing it. I mean, it's wild what they did with the Tinkerer. Yeah.
And that he's an old character too. Like he's not, you know, he's not a new character by any means. He was like, I think the first appearance of him is like in the second Amazing Spider-Man, like in the 60s, man. So he's like been around for a long time.
Yeah, the way I'm going, when I'm old, I'm going to look like him. I can tell.
I don't know, man. He's got quite a chin going on, so he's got that Jay Leno thing.
He actually kind of looks like the Vulture. Maybe they're the same person.
I was just thinking that, man, and he's, you know, he's kind of got that look to him. Phineas is his name.
Yeah. Howler Mouse in the future. Yeah, I can see there's going to be a fight between 2 old men fighting. They're both going to be in Vulture costumes. We won't be able to tell them apart. Oh, that one's got glasses. That's it. Okay.
That one's got a tattoo of an anchor on his bum.
Oh, that's funny. What are some other underrated? Kraven the Hunter's like my favorite. Well, was my favorite Spider-Man villain forever, man. That guy was awesome.
He's mine too.
Yeah, man. You know, let's go to Central Park. I want to hunt you down, boy. You know, he's awesome, man.
I like. I think Mysterio and Scorpion are my 2 favorite classic Spidey villains, and they're still they still use them quite a bit now. You know, Scorpion not in the same kind of way anymore because he's pretty much not the same person, but like Mysterio's like the guy behind the whole Spider-Man, which I thought was friggin' brilliant.
yeah, but they still haven't wrote the ultimate Mysterio story. Everybody's, you know, a lot of people kind of come off like he's lame, and I'm like, are you crazy? There's so much potential with him, you know.
Yeah. Well, even with the Ends of the Earth, right? I mean, like that's quite an illusion to pull off. I mean, that whole series basically was hinged on, you know, what his powers could actually be maxed out to do. So that was awesome.
Oh yeah. Man, somebody's porn's coming in loud, man. No.
Or how about the Grizzly? That guy was awesome. A guy with a grizzly suit with a friggin' exoskeleton in it. Like, that's amazing. How scary is that, you know? Here's this huge guy dressed like a bear. It's got an exoskeleton. And, I mean, he's going to tear you apart and hit you with a car. Like, it's just, oh, my God, I love that character.
And then go fishing for some salmon.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Rhino in a way.
Yeah, actually, he is. He's a lot like him just because he's got this, you know. I mean, as far as getting into a weird animal costume, Rhino's not too bad, you know, because he's a powerful animal. Bear, I can see, but, you know, it's when you start getting guys that are, like, dressed like giraffes or zebras or something, you know, it's like... I mean, even the kangaroo was kind of goofy, but...
Well,
yeah,
you know, the one I thought they took the whole animal motif thing with Spider-Man and his villains too far when they came out with a guy who had no powers. He was just a cat burglar trying to get that one last. It seems like he's incompetent. He couldn't get that one last haul there, that one last robbery, and they named him the Black Fox. I'm like, come on, you know.
Somebody with a name like that should have been way cooler, man.
Yeah.
Should have been able to at least spray people or something and like get away, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got the gun in my back pocket. If you just want to reach in, okay, run.
That could be a good one, actually. The skunk.
I got the skunk. I got the Ultimate Spider-Man story now. The High Evolutionary pops up, and he actually, turns everybody into the freaking animal they say they are. So.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
Yeah.
Another highly underrated character, High Evolutionary. I love that character, man.
Oh yeah. He's
so many great.
Oh man, memories.
Hey, I got a pitch for Marvel though, if they're listening. Pretty doubtful, but it is Hit Monkey and Deadpool, and they will only fight villains like MODOK and maybe Kangaroo, Dr. Bong.
Dr. Bong.
Think of the possibilities, Marvel. Think of them and do it.
The horrible thing is they could probably use our ideas and we would never see a penny. Well, I guess that's no different than what they did to Jack.
Yeah.
Didn't done.
Yeah, that's when you know you're a professional and you've been screwed by the companies.
That's right.
Made it. I made it.
I'm penniless.
And then you got Alan Moore, who's not penniless, but he's still bitching.
That's because he has a hard time with his hair, man. Come on.
I think Alan Moore is just mad because he got outsmarted. I think he's used to. I think it's an ego thing where he kind of has an elitist attitude, and I'm a Moore fan, but I think his whole problem is that they outsmarted me. He's just mad that somebody outsmarted him.
But they did it twice.
Better pray to God he never hears you say that, Tim, because he'll probably come to your house.
Oh, see, that would be cool because then Alan Moore would disappear and he'd be locked up in my back room and I'd have him writing like it'd be misery all over again. Alan, you walked away. Lay down. I got my sledgehammer.
I don't know, man. I think you'd probably eat your face or something. You the one said I got outsmarted. Come here for a minute, boy.
No, I throw a notebook down and say there's magic spells in there, and then club him when he reaches down to get it. So
There's magic spells.
I got a 20-sided die. Roll it. Oh, Alan.
I love his Swamp Thing though. I love it. It's amazing.
Oh, I've got a huge collection of Alan Moore stuff, man, and it was kind of thing. I was getting these stories, and this is before he was a star. And it's like I was getting these Superman stories, and I was checking out Swamp Thing, and it didn't really connect that it was Alan Moore till Watchmen, where everybody started saying his name and stuff. So.
Yeah, I just got Swamp Thing 37, the first John Constantine, and that's an amazing story. It's an amazing story.
The stuff he did with go ahead.
You're talking to yourself.
What I'm saying is bouncing off you, Scott, and landing on me.
Bouncing off me? Not bouncing off me, is it? No. Oh, that was a joke. Oh, you witty bastard. So go ahead, tell your story.
I forgot it.
Oh, man, jeez. I wanted to hear it now.
Floronic Man. Nah.
Floronic Man. That's the guy from the Inhumans, right?
Oh, how funny. Oh, crap.
Hey, speaking of the Humans, does anybody have that 12-issue run from 1975?
I'm trying to find that.
They're really good, but I mean, for Inhuman fans, one of the things that, I mean, that's another, Kirby and Lee kind of creation thing, but which is one of the reasons I love it. But that's one of those series that, when they were in Fantastic Four and everything, they were like so awesome. and I remember really wanting to get that 12-issue series because I liked the characters. So I finally got them all, and then I sat down to read them, and it wasn't nowhere near as good as, you know, just their appearances in like Fantastic Four books and everything else. It was really kind of lackluster. But
yeah, and you know what?
Crappy.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll never forget. Like, I remember turning that page and seeing Black Bolt standing over the thing for the first time, and I was like, "Whoa!" You know, I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, but this is not good. You know, I was like,
yeah,
he's got horns on his head, and I mean, his costume was so ahead of its time. He had bat wings. I'm like, oh no, he's got bat wings. This isn't good. You know,
he's one of my favorite. And then if he talks, he'll blow your whole planet up.
Yeah. Awesome.
Don't make him mad.
But I think the guy who did his tailoring was the same guy who did Submariner's costume there in the 70s too, that blue one with the wings. They're very similar.
Is there going to be a movie of the Inhumans?
No, but there should be.
I've heard there's a rumor that it's going to be a movie of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, man, if they do make an Inhumans movie, I want to be Black Bolt because I guarantee I'll have one line. It'll be so easy.
Mm-hmm. Just as long as you don't forget it, that would suck.
No, they've got that. They've already got that. If they make that movie, it's going to be directed by Michael Bay, and it's going to be starring Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah, right. As who? Lockjaw.
I've got a question for you, Matt. Everyone, kind of in a couple of podcasts ago, we were talking about how many comics we've got. How many do you have?
Maybe about like 250 to 300. I actually started just collecting in I went to New York Comic Con in the fall, and I bought some, so I got really interested. So I started collecting more.
What are you? What's hooked you so far? What was some of the books you bought that really hooked you and got you into this?
Some older Batmans I found in my basement that were cool, and Spider-Man. That's my #1 character.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sweet.
What is it about Spider-Man that you do like so much, Matt? Tell me.
I just love the villains. Like, not really Spider-Man itself. The villains are just awesome.
Yeah, he's got a good
got the best
roster of bad
villains.
guys. Yeah.
Him and Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Fantastic Four's got some sweet villains.
Because I don't. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead, man.
Well, I was going to say that's the same with me. I don't really like the Fantastic Four per se. Maybe the Thing. But I love everything around the Fantastic Four, you know, with the Inhumans and Doctor Doom and Black Panther and just everybody else that was in it. Not really the Fantastic Four, though.
The Fantastic Four were like one of those groups that they had so much combined in their comics. I mean, they were a family, and then, you know, they were also like heavily steeped in like the science fiction aspect of comic books, but then at the same time when they were on Earth and stuff, they fought like monsters and stuff, and it was like, oh my god, these guys are so incredible. They encompassed everything about comics that was like really cool to me as a kid. And you know, it was just like, you know, where else can you find a team that only has like a few characters in it that has, you know, so many different, I don't know, like their
personalities.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, they seem to, you know, globetrot the world. They know every other superhero there is, not only on Earth, but like in space and multiple dimensions and stuff. It's like, holy crap.
Well, you know, look how they started out. They were so different what was coming out there. They stole, you know, they weren't going to let Reed use his rocket. So he went and took it back like Kirby should take his properties back. Then they turned around. They didn't have secret identities. Then they got their costumes. 3 issues later. Then they started talking to the fans. They were answering actual mail from people who wrote into the Fantastic Four comic. Can you imagine reading that and having them read your piece of mail in a comic book as a kid? I mean, they just did so much good stuff. And then came Doctor Doom. You know.
Oh yeah. Doctor Doom is like, I know that's one of your favorite, villains. But he's like one of those guys that has never changed over the years when it comes to, his power ego trip. Like, if he's fighting the Fantastic Four, he's got the mentality. But then when he's fighting, I love those old X-Men comics where Doctor Doom was fighting him. Like, he seemed to fight them a lot in the 80s there for a while. And he was the same way. He's like, just total dictatorship. I'm going to crush you. It didn't matter who he fought, man. Or if it was the Avengers, like, he looked at everybody the same way. Like, they were just something to scrape off the bottom of his boot.
What was it, the Infinity Gauntlet, where he fought Thanos and he's just like laughing at him like, who do you think I am? Do you know who I am?
See,
do you know who Thanos is?
Yeah. See, that's the trick with Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom doesn't think he's a bad guy or a villain. There's no law against trying to take over the world anywhere. No. To him, he's doing what he's meant to do. I'm supposed to rule over everything. That's kind of his mentality. He thinks he's doing you a favor, and you're the one messed up for not knowing to kneel before him. Not Zod, but Doctor Doom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Doom's like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. And he's powerful, man. Like, a lot of people don't understand. Like, he's totally, split between, the science and the magic part of power. Like, I mean, that's a wicked combination.
Yeah, and then he's got this power where he can switch brains with you. He can switch bodies, that he learned on some alien planet, And he took on the Beyonder. The Beyonder was pretty much God, and he went one-on-one against the Beyonder, Mm-hmm. I mean, Doom's done some stuff. He took down Superman, like, easily, Yep.
Yeah. Other than him, another guy that I think, that is highly underrated but so powerful is Molecule Man. I mean, you remember him through the Secret War books, but oh my gosh, talk about a powerful man.
Yeah, they've kind of turned him into a joke nowadays.
Owen Reese, I think that's what his name was.
Yeah, Owen, yeah.
Is he still around?
I think Sentry tore him in half. Sentry turned out to have the same powers as the Molecule Man.
What was that in? I don't remember that.
It's one of the new Dark Avengers. There was a town in Molecule Man that took over, and he figured out he could use his powers on organic things. He was messing some people up. Sentry flew in, and Sentry finally figured out the reason he has the powers he can, like these Superman powers, is because really he really controls molecules. And he picked up the Molecule Man, and I think he ripped him in half or something. Just freaked everybody out.
Wasn't that during the Civil War or something like that?
I'm not sure. I got the comic for a quarter and didn't like it. So.
Oh, you know.
Well, yeah, and like, well, I was thinking of somebody else. What's his name? Oh,
Bingo?
Brother Blood. Remember Brother Blood from the Teen Titans? That was another super cool bad guy, man. You know, another Marv Wolfman creation.
Oh man, Brother Blood was. I mean, God, if they just that could have been the Westboro of the comic books if they'd gone the right way with it.
Yeah, that was like a cult elite, man. They had they had the market cornered on the whole cult thing, man. The Teen Titan books was just awesome with that.
Yeah, and I know this is a vague reference, but Jeff Johns tied it all together. He had Brother Blood. They finally admitted the god that they worshipped was Triton, who is Raven's dad.
Yeah, exactly. That was awesome.
Yeah. Who knew? Teen Titans fighting Satanists. There you go.
Yeah, the Church of Blood.
God hates teen sidekicks.
Yeah.
Oh, underrated villains. There's a ton that happens. Wow, that's a good topic, man. There's tons.
I think MODOK's a pretty underrated because they use him all the time, but it's like he could really take out some lower class heroes pretty easily.
Here's a question: What is the first appearance of MODOK?
Oh, I got it on my. Wait about 2 minutes and I'll have it. I'll still tell you what it is.
Okay. Wow, 2 whole minutes?
Test suspense.
I know
93?
it's 94, maybe.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of those. 'Cause I can't remember which one, but I think you're right. Maybe it was 93. I know it's an oldie. It's from the 60s. I'm sure of that.
Wait,
Yeah, 67, 68.
Who are we talking about again? I just zoned out.
MODOK?
Hold on.
A mental organism designed only for killing. That's what it means. Only for killing. That's funny.
Or computing.
Only for killing. Oh, yeah.
Didn't they come out with like a female version named Madam or something like that? Modam or something?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
They had kids as well.
94.
Issue 94. Modam.
Oh, issue number 94? Tales of Suspense?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
That's just ruined Phil's whole plan.
Shh, don't tell him.
Yeah.
Until we come back.
Okay, we'll be wax surprised.
He's the Rob Liefeld of our group. Nah, ha ha. That's okay. He's been talking smack in his videos about me. It's all right.
Tim's just going to get some anthrax in the mail, I think.
Oh,
that's sweet.
I'll just forward that next door. You know. So.
He hasn't cut his grass for a while. I'm going to kill him.
Oh, how did you know? Wait.
Oh, that's what I was going to tell you guys. I was watching an auction for the Commandy 1 to 27.
Uh-oh.
It went for $95.
Oh my God, that's cheap.
Yeah, that's real cheap. Yeah.
Oh.
I went to the site in my Commandy books and got the first 36 in there, and it was trying to tell me it converted how much they were supposedly worth. It said over $1,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying to get number 1. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think I might have to come up with my little secret.
Oh.
There it is. I've been waiting.
Oh,
I was waiting for this moment.
Astonishing X-Men 50.
Oh, I'm back. It's Tales of Suspense 94.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
It's all so clear now.
You guys had already found it, didn't you?
Oh, but Tim was the one who wanted to deceive you the whole time.
Yes. Send the anthrax to him.
Hey, Phil, you really need to listen to the podcast when he puts it up while you're gone. So.
I thought about that when I made it to my room. I'm like, why didn't I just look it up on the internet? Instead, I'm like looking through books, like, where is it? Where is it?
Do you have it?
I do, yeah.
You have the first appearance? Oh man.
Of MODOK? Of MODOK?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that not a? It's not like a super expensive book or anything, or when did you get that?
I think it was like $35, $40 or something. Not too bad.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to check that one out.
It's pretty good. I also have a reprint of it too, so I don't have to actually read my copy. I just read the reprint.
It's only like $8. I just looked it up. Like for 4.0, it's like $10.
Yeah, but mine's not a 4.0.
It's a 1.9.
Get it right. The cover's missing.
There's no cover. MODOK's been cut out of the entire.
What were you saying, Mark? Your secret. Come on, out into the world.
Yeah. Everybody going on about Kamandi and everything, and me joining in the conversations, going, "Yeah, Kamandi's great. Jack Kirby, Kamandi, fantastic." I don't actually have any.
Same here. You're in the same boat as me.
Neither do I. It's okay.
I got 3 copies.
Virtual hug. It's okay.
I think a unrated or underrated series that Kirby did was Devil Dinosaur.
Oh, that's good.
I love Devil Dinosaur. Devil Dinosaur is really good, man. It really is. It's all cavemen and dinosaurs, and it's really good.
It's a fun comic, you know. You're not taking it seriously, but you got good artwork and, you know, silliness.
One of the things about Kamandi, though, I think that's really cool is, you know, other than, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump off of that topic, but we'll go back. We'll go right back on it. Just let me say this before I forget it. Other than, you know, like a little bit of, you know, homage to some of the characters, you know, like Superman and stuff in the actual Kamandi comics, that is almost a standalone series in the DC universe. I mean, I know it's part of the, you know, continuity of DC and everything like that because there's, you know, books that came out like later, and then there's stuff like Brave and Bold and some of the books that, you know, Tim had shown that were like tie-ins. Well, not really tie-ins. They were just kind of, you know, stories about Kamandi or whatever. There were some tie-in, actual continuity tie-ins with like Karate Kid books, and the Brave and Bold ones. I think there was 2 of them that actually tied in. I think.
Yeah. I don't have the other one.
But those books, that series of Kamandi, was really kind of neat because you could buy that whole series, you know, only like 59 issues or 60 issues or whatever, read them all, and then you didn't have to worry that you were missing like another 70 issues over here or another 20 over there. That's one of the things I love about that whole title is like it's almost complete within itself.
Yeah, it's like it getting canceled was a blessing in disguise. And honestly, to me, just the Kirby issues, I can stretch it to about issue 40, you know, where he's still doing the art in the last 3 issues. Mm-hmm. To me, that's it, man, because to me, I think Kirby, after reading the books, and this is just my opinion, I think Kirby had that book in mind to go somewhere. That story was going forward. And I always theorized that what was going to happen is Kamandi was going to end up kind of uniting all the animals like in a United Nations thing. He's going to be kind of like this king in a way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it'd be like Knights of the Round Table or if it'd be like a Conan king, you know? But some of my favorite Kirby issues are in the 30s. He did this sci-fi story where Dr. Canis and Kamandi are on a ship, and he's got this character named Pyra who's just floating around the ship looking in the windows without them knowing it. And you could actually see her in your mind floating by real slow and real quiet, like on some character on Lost in Space or Star Trek or something. I mean, Kirby he could take that book anywhere and do anything with it, you know.
And he had all the archetype kind of things going on. Like he had all the community stuff, the government stuff. He had all the different like concepts for, you know, for everything at the same time worked out like before he had done those books. Like he wasn't just like, you know, blindly stumbling into this, oh, I'm just going to have a guy with a bunch of animals walking around. He had like all this friggin' stuff like mapped out. And I mean, there's even like maps. You remember the one issue that it has, it was the only giant size issue they did. And in the middle, here's like this entire map of the world, you know, according to Kamandi, and like he just did like amazing stuff with it. It was just awesome.
Yeah. That was issue 32, and that might be the one for you guys to try to get to start Kamandi because it reprints issue number 1 in that giant size Kamandi, and it's much cheaper than the number 1, and that'll let you know if you want to pursue this. Kirby had that series in his mind, I'm convinced, since the 50s, because he tried to get a cartoon strip or something going with talking animals and everything. Mm-hmm. And I kind of think
you're right.
Yeah, I think he had. Yeah, go ahead.
I think that Captain Strangelove did a video on that. You might want to, if you guys are listening, check that out.
Yeah. So yeah, but Commandy's one of those things. Once you read it and get into it, you'll be like me and Scott sitting here. You can't shut up about it. I mean, there's just so much in there. It's really good.
Yeah, it really is. It's just, I mean, for people who like post-apocalyptic stuff, I mean, it's right up your alley. If you like, excuse me, Planet of the Apes and stuff, it's up your alley. It's got, I don't know. There's so much in it that, when you watch, and I don't want to, don't think I'm, putting this in the same category as Watchmen, because it's not, but it is one of those books that when you go back and reread it a few times, you can see all these little nuances that he's trying to pull out of it, and it really lends to the story.
Here's how I'd put it out there, man. Commandy's been in this bunker. He doesn't know what the outside world is, but he thinks it's like what we have. He got to watch microfilms and stuff, so he thinks, he's living in our world. Then he walks outside of this bunker, and you're right there with him. You're traveling with him. You are Doctor Who's companion. You're seeing this world through his eyes for the first time. And Commandy is not a hero, man. He gets taken as a slave. He gets smacked around. He cries. He bawls. He feels isolated. He's like, oh, my God. You're right there with him on his journey, seeing all this stuff for the first time, putting it together.
Yep. He gets raped. Oh, no, wait. That's another book. Sorry.
The flying whale. Hey, the flying whales tried. It didn't happen. All right.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's the worst thing to get raped by is a flying whale.
Or flying shark, flying whale. I don't know.
Was it a sperm whale?
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Is Commandy like an alien invasion or just?
They never said. They never said. They said there was radiation, but it was not nuclear bomb. Then they came up with. Yeah, go ahead.
The only thing that they ever really kind of, say that it is when you get into the 52 comic book series, then they start talking about what it was. It was there was a bullet that they had created with a virus in it called the Mortacolic or something like that, or some weird.
Yeah. In the teens, they had the Mortacodus virus come out, and they had like this disgusting little gremlin-looking dude. The scientists had made it or something, and they're saying they used the Mortacodus. Grant Morrison pulled it out, and he made a God Killer bullet and killed Orion and a bunch of the new guys with it, and they tied it all in there. Yeah. I mean, it's not when you read the Commandy, it's like Scott said, it stands alone on itself, and everything's in there. Kirby gave you clues, but he never spelled it out. There's even a virus that the scientists poured in some water, and supposedly, the rain washed it into the zoo, and that's where when the animals drank it, they got smart, started evolving, and the humans went stupid. But he doesn't say that. You got to read into it,
Yeah.
It's a journey, man. First time you read it, you're like, this is cool. Second time you read it, you're like, this is genius,
Yeah. And you're right. It was the 50s. It was in 1956. He created a comic strip called Commandy of the Caves. So that's what it was created from.
And Carmine Infantino tried to take credit and said it was his idea, and then all these people whipped that out. There you go. All right. And I'm not going to go on a rant. It's in my OMAC video. I'll just leave it there. So,
as soon as you said, Scott, me and Tim, I just thought, flashbacks to last week's podcast. You're going to start putting roses in the videos, and only people that have listened to the podcast will know what we mean. They want to be confused.
Let's not go back into that thing again. That was scary. I had nightmares for 3 days after that.
Oh, the Renaissance picture of me. Thank you, Scott. Yeah.
I would still like a poster of that. I think it would be a big seller. The comic community would probably sell or would really clamor to buy that. I could probably make $1 million off that. You want to see Howler Nice? Howler Nice? No, Howler Mouse? Subliminal, Howler Nice.
Well, Scott, just be watching your mail around Christmas. That's all I'm saying.
I want a poster of Comic Man with his dragon.
Dragon. Oh God, that look on his face, it was so content. Oh man.
I want a picture of Mark with all of the rats, like that he just picture with all the rats like in his hands, like little children.
I'm sorry, I had to turn that video off. It was only like a minute long. As soon as I saw the rats, I just clicked it off. I was like, ugh.
Oh man, they were so cute. That's like the cutest rats I've ever seen. I'm usually used to seeing rats like tearing people's faces off in movies or something, but they look quite sweet.
They are. Sweet.
Was this a lizard rat that you saw in Spider-Man, or?
That's where it went.
Willard.
Then the two of us. No.
I knew somebody was going to sing that. Damn it, I knew it.
Yeah, but you didn't know how badly it was going to be sung.
It doesn't matter. Oh, man.
No, they're cute.
Yeah, they are.
Hmm.
I thought we're finally going to see Mark's girlfriend. We're going to see his girlfriend. I thought we were going to... we saw her arm, and I was like, oh, and this is, but it never happened.
Yeah. Yep.
That might have been my arm. You never know.
Oh man, I'm getting messages on Facebook. Are you Howler Mouse? This is getting creepy.
Just deny everything, man.
No, I'm not Howler Mouse. No, I'll be like, it depends. Did you like the Spider-Man movie?
I'm a 17-year-old girl, and I really want to meet you. Where do you live?
Oh my God, the guy knows where I work. Holy crap.
Time to change your name, brother.
Okay.
Howler Nice.
I'm Howler Nice. Yeah.
I'm this brother, Howler Nice. He'll be like, I was just wondering. I'm a photographer, and I was wondering. I was listening to the other podcast, and was wondering if you wanted to get naked with some roses.
All right. Okay. What a strange day, you know.
Maybe you could, get your brother eye out, you know.
Oh, here we go.
I'm in my brother eye. No?
Oh my goodness. What was I gonna say? So these two young fellas from Ireland, the Twin Titans. I've seen them. They put up a couple of videos. What a couple of well-read young men. You know, they're pulling some stuff off their shelves, and I'm like, wow, they're reading that. Like, have you guys seen their videos yet?
No.
Not yet, no.
Yeah.
Guys, yeah, Jay, they said you and Gross Critic inspired them, okay?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And the other thing is that it is so cool to see two brothers that get along as well as they do, and they're like into the same stuff. You know, they're whipping out Grant Morrison, and they're understanding it. They're not just reading the stuff because it's cool, you know, in their eyes. It's a comic book. Yeah.
That's what I was really impressed about. I mean, gee whiz. It was really cool.
Yeah, and they got this thing, man. I know they're twins and they're brothers and they're close, but you can tell they can read each other's minds and finish each other's sentences. It makes for a cool little watch. I mean, they've got something, man. They're all right. So subscribe, you know.
Like scanners.
Like scanners, yeah.
The real question, though, is do they like the new Spider-Man movie?
Ooh.
I don't want to know, you know.
So that's some information for you guys. Don't make any reference to whether you like it or not.
Don't make Phil fly all the way to Ireland to punch you.
Well, in that case then, I apologise to you two, because I've seen the video, just haven't got around to watching it yet, but I will. And everyone, subscribe right now. Pause the podcast, go and subscribe, come back when you've done it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't subscribe, your computer will explode.
And so will I.
That's an added bonus, yeah. Matt.
I'm not dead yet. Oh my gosh, I'm not dead yet.
So, Scott, when are you going to eat your foot?
My foot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what was the... I need to clarify that full content. It's not full content.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, neither can
What?
Can't hear you, Scott.
Yeah, he can hear me now?
You're very quiet.
Stand closer to the microphone.
He's gonna like scream. It's gonna be so loud.
He's taking a run up.
Do you hear me now?
All right. Hear me?
No.
No.
Still very quiet.
Wow.
Just
So,
need a bit of elevator music while we
Yeah.
stand by.
I see they've possibly got a timeout to do the Justice League movie.
Oh yeah, I saw someone put something about that.
2014.
I didn't. See
Wow, that quick?
And they're supposed to be coming out in time for Avengers 2.
Oh.
Well, because Avengers 2 comes out in 15, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Around that time.
Whoa!
Holy crap.
It's raining! It's raining! It's raining!
It's not.
How's that? Is that better?
Laundry's done.
M&M Meats has good chicken and beef.
Do you live near an airport or something?
No. Oh, do you hear like the fan or something?
Yeah.
There was something really loud there for a minute.
On my side?
Yeah.
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 Wow, what do you know?
It's like
It's like taking off.
So back to JLA movie.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this for a long time. If Plastic Man is in that, wouldn't Johnny Knoxville be the best person to play it? Him.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Who does-
looks
What?
wise.
I don't think he has time because he's playing Judge Dredd.
Is Johnny Knoxville Judge Dredd?
Did you see that trailer?
No.
I don't
Or-
know if it's
yeah.
him. I'm pretty sure that's.
I remember
not-
watching the trailer, but is it that Johnny Knoxville?
I think it is.
Johnny Knoxville should be Plastic Man.
Anybody but Jim Carrey.
He's the elongated man. There's a difference. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, so what's the foot thing? I forget. What was the contest for that, or the deal?
Carl Urban is Judge Dredd in that movie.
The hell, man! Get
Well-
back on the foot.
I want to talk about. Of course, I want to talk about feet.
You
Anyway,
said what?
but
Scott, do you have a secret foot fetish?
I said I was going to eat a foot. If what was it?
if Spider-Man was worse than Daredevil,
Oh yeah, that's what it was, right? Yeah. So there's no chance, man. I mean, it's gonna suck, but it's not gonna be worse than Daredevil, right?
is it going to be worse than Howard the Duck?
What do you mean worse than Howard the Duck? That was friggin' awesome.
No, the worst DC movie was Superman Quest for Peace. Did
Oh,
anyone
yeah.
ever-
that was a good movie, man. It had an actual bad guy in it.
Yeah, but they took all the money away. They didn't put any money behind it. They ended up making like on a shoestring budget with a green screen and bad makeup and 80s hair. I mean, it was sad. It could have been good.
Clips from Superman 1 and 2.
But Dee Snider from Twisted Sister was the bad guy, wasn't it?
I think.
The worst superhero movie was definitely Batman and Robin.
97 with George Clooney.
George Clooney and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
Guys, the worst comic book movie was Roger Corman's Fantastic Four. It's on YouTube in its entirety. I finally watched it.
1994.
Sue Richards was sexy in that, though, man.
And the Thing costume looks so much better than what they did in the big movies, you know.
Oh, I know. He looked like a big orange suppository that just didn't take.
And that was the magic, you know. That's what made it so good. It's like Ebola and that Peter Pan peanut butter. That's what made it taste so good.
Yeah,
I liked the newer movies though.
Oh man,
I'm the only one.
I didn't like him because I thought the casting was like absolutely horrendous. But I liked the Silver Surfer character. He was all right. Yeah, I mean he was the same guy that played Abe Sapien in the Hellboy movies. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but I hated the casting for Fantastic Four. I didn't even like the guy they picked for Doctor Doom. I thought he was horrible too.
You thought
it was all bad.
Yeah. They kind of horribly they ruined his whole character, but like I mean they pretty summed him up in like 10 minutes of the movie, and then he's Doctor Doom, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
But other than that, it was amusing.
That second Fantastic Four movie, they should have just not made the Fantastic Four and just made it be Silver Surfer. I mean, it should have just been a Silver Surfer movie.
Yeah. The 1978 Doctor Strange movie.
Oh, no.
Okay, this is news to me. I never heard of that.
You've never heard of it?
No, 1978?
Yeah, it was a TV movie.
Yeah, it was a TV pilot.
Mm-hmm.
And Doctor Strange looked like a porn star with his mustache.
Oh,
look that up.
Does anyone know
Echo.
The sequel to Smallville? What is it? Arrow, I think.
Oh,
it's gonna be Arrow, like the new show. Is anyone excited?
Green Arrow.
Yeah,
it's getting great reviews.
I think it's gonna be amazing. There was also a 2006 pilot of Aquaman. That was a really cool one. Like an hour.
I watched that. That was pretty good.
But they never liked it. No one liked it, I don't think.
Well, it's Aquaman.
It's Aquaman. There's no market for it.
No.
Went the way of Wonder Woman.
They had a Justice League. I'm getting an echo. They're getting a Justice League pilot they made back in the 90s. It was based on Keith Giffen's and James DeMantis' funny Justice League.
Yeah, I've seen that. That was pretty bad.
Matt, put your headphones on.
They're on.
They're on?
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting echo through your channel.
Mine?
Yeah. Jay, fix it.
I don't know what to do.
Why do you blame me all of a sudden? I'm just so innocent.
Rocket Raccoon!
Because it's coming through your channel.
Are you ready to rock and roll? Roll.
Hello.
Hello,
Right.
Return the map.
Squirrel Girl!
It's a little bit better, but it's...
Return the thing you stole from me.
All right, well...
I'll tell you a good comic book movie that most people don't think about. Flash Gordon.
Oh, yeah, man.
The 60s.
Yes. He'll save every one of us. Yeah.
Well, 90% of why that was good was because Queen did the entire soundtrack.
Yeah.
I was so confused when I went and watched that movie because the Queen I knew was Another One Bites the Dust and all that. And then all of a sudden I'm hearing, you know, boom, 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 boom.
Gordon's alive!
Yeah, I missed out on Empire Strikes Back, so thank God Flash Gordon was there, you know. So
You didn't see Empire Strikes Back when it came out?
Oh, I'll drop a dime right now, man. I hope he's listening. My stepdad wouldn't take me to go see it. I was like 7 when that came out. So like 6 months later, he's in the kitchen talking to a bunch of his buddies. He's like, "Oh, Empire Strikes Back was great." And I turned around and I looked at him. That's the only time I think that man was ashamed. You know?
That right there, that is bad parenting.
Well, I was still an egg, so I can't really speak for myself.
An egg.
So you missed it too. Is that what you're telling me? Are you trying to relate to me and make me feel better?
I'm trying.
I remember the movie I had to con my parents into letting me see was Batman Forever.
Oh, man, guys, not to butt in, but I've got to praise my mom on this one. I got an excellent. Hello, Cleveland.
Wow.
I've tried to praise my mom. Yeah.
Where's this echo from? Hello. Yeah, it's coming from Matt's channel.
It's coming from the Eggman.
Very strange. Oh.
What about now?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, that seems to be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
My mom, when I was 10, she just up and said, "Get in the car." We rode down to like a half hour away, and we ended up. She was right there with us. We ended up standing in line 5 to 6 hours to see Return of the Jedi. So cool points for my mom for making that up.
I thought you were going to say that she took you in the car and left you out in the forest somewhere.
That was in '88, and that was very painful. Thank you. But anyway.
See the ball?
Tim, get in the car.
Oh.
Guys, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go now.
Don't worry, chap. Oh, okay. Should we end it here for this week? Because a few people are going.
Let's just end this damn thing.
Oh, you want to end it singing Flash Gordon?
Yeah, go ahead, Matt. You start.
I can. Oh my God.
Dum 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 dum.
I tell you what. Let's.
What? I was getting in the mood.
Let's carry it on for a little bit. See what happens.
Now, if I had been drinking, I would already be singing it, but
You'd have his shirt half off. He'd be like up on the table.
I got it. Everyone join in.
We have to get a karaoke version and make it our theme.
I would, but I got diarrhea, and I'm afraid I'm.
Wait, Flash! Oh!
Flash! Oh no!
Just corn on the furniture.
Mom, call the plumber. Dun, dun.
It's on the wall. Ho ho. No.
Well, thanks for having us on, Jay.
yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, thank you, Jay.
That's cool, no problem.
And good night, Cleveland.
How many Flash fans will we have emailing us now?
Flash fans?
Oh!
Ted?
Hey. I love Flash. You know.
Does anyone
Sam
see?
Jones was in Ted. I saw that last night. Anyone else see it? With the talking bear?
Flash Gordon is in Ted. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They team at a party and they do like drugs together. It's so funny.
What?
Did they sing Queen? I mean.
No, but there was a slow motion part between the bear and Sam Jones.
Oh wow.
I love the part in the movie when he's playing football with the bad guys. You know what I'm talking about, Tim.
Yeah, I do. I was stuck on Marky Mark and Ted. I can't stand Marky Mark. I was like, Sam Jones would have been much better. He could play football with the bear like he did in Flash Gordon. Wow.
Whenever I hear Flash, I just get reminded of Blades of Glory. If you guys watch that film.
Oh no, yeah. Napoleon Dynamite and Will Ferrell, man, doing a little ice skating to Flash Gordon.
And this picture, especially, that I've just linked everyone.
Oh, I knew you were gonna do this.
Oh, that's just wrong. Yeah. Oh my God.
And still, my mom asks me why I have scary dreams. Thank you, Jerry.
All right, so I really got to go though.
Yeah, me too.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Take it easy.
See you next week.
Yeah, ta-da.